Hello and welcome back to Mario Galaxy. But first, it's time for story time.
Story time with Rosalina. And the Lumas.
Basically, as the game goes, you unlock chapters to Rosalina's backstory. But I decided to leave them out, but I realized it's kind of important, so we're dealing with it now in the post-game.
Yeah, only in the post-game do we actually realize the story of the game.
It wasn't the story of the game, it's Rosalina's backstory.
Well, it's the build-up. It's the backstory. It is what makes sense.
Sure.
Makes the game make sense. Makes Rosalina make sense.
It does?
Well, it makes more reason for her just to be there.
You didn't even remember what happens in this. You didn't even remember there was a story until I told you about it.
Exactly. I just accepted the fact that she was there. Just like we all accepted the fact that she was there in Mario Kart and stuff.
Oh man, it actually annoys me that they have baby Rosalina in New Mario Kart, because like this is Rosalina when she was young. Baby Rosalina wasn't Rosalina, so they screwed over the one good backstory in all of Mario game.
Well, this is young Rosalina. They could still have a baby Rosalina.
Yeah, but baby Rosalina looks exactly like adult Rosalina, but with just a giant head and tiny body. Like, look, this baby Rosalina has orange hair. Yeah, so this baby Luma is looking for its mom, and Rosalina stay with it to look for it, but they can never find it, so they took a spaceship and went to look for her.
Huh, I never actually read this story. That's pretty depressing for some reason.
Oh, you haven't seen anything yet, then?
The poor Luma, the poor Rosalina.
So after beating the beginning of Mario Galaxy, conquering Bowser and all that, you unlock new challenges to get the rest of the stars, 120 to be precise. So we have a lot of work ahead of us, starting with the Purple Comet Challenge of Good Egg Galaxy, the first galaxy we ever set foot in.
So there's still another 3 stars in this place?
Yep.
Oh wow, it's double.
Yeah, a lot of people complained about Mario Galaxy only having 3 stars as opposed to things like Sunshine where they had 8, or Mario 64 I believe had 6 stars. But there's really 6 in this. Though I can still, like, these aren't actually that great because 2 of them are comet challenges, which are just basically the same level but with a slightly different gimmick, like finding these purple coins, or the other ones are literally just the same mission but with a different gimmick, like having only 1 hit point, or enemies move faster or something like that.
Why would you not want 3? Like, I would think 3 would be better than 6, because then you spend more time in different worlds. That's
the thing. Like, Mario Galaxy has a huge number of worlds compared to Mario Sunshine, and they're bigger and better and look prettier and everything like that. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, like Mario Sunshine sacrificed more worlds to have more levels in less worlds, so I would think.
And those levels weren't even very good in Mario Sunshine.
Yeah.
A lot of them were really unpleasant.
Or just, like, fight that goop monster over and over.
Like, so many of the bosses got reused in Mario Sunshine, but with this, you get so many different bosses, so many different worlds to explore.
Yeah.
And, like, even then, like, Sunshine even had, like, the same tropical feeling for every world, too. With this one, it's like, oh, Neighborhood with a grass place, or a lava ice place, or something like that.
Yeah, this has way more variety.
Yeah, these oh yeah, by the way, get used to that. There's this weird problem with my Wii Remote where no matter how much I charge it, it stays at the lowest battery setting. It's not actually that low. Like, this lasted the entire recording session doing every one of these stars, but it insisted that I was low on battery.
Oh, that's a weird glitch.
Yeah, these purple coin missions are probably the most different ones. But yeah, besides the 2 comet missions that every big galaxy has, there's also a hidden star in each of these as well, which is nice. It's a nice little extra thing. Do you remember purple coin missions?
Well, I never beat this game, so no.
Yeah, you did. You played as Luigi.
That's because Brian beat everything for me.
Anyways, that was a bit of a spoiler, my bad.
Hey, I'm finally not the one doing all the spoiling.
To be fair, I never cared about spoiling a Mario game.
Well...
On to the next mission.
On to the next one. On to the next one.
I'm gonna find the hidden star of Good Egg Galaxy.
Yeah, I don't think I did... Oh, I think I did do some of the purple coin missions, but I don't really remember doing much of this stuff.
The hidden star in this one's pretty easy. It's right at the start. You just have to find Luigi.
I could see some of these being pretty tough. Potentially.
Yeah.
Well, potentially, but they don't go through on. Oh, what? That's it?
Yep.
You just talk to him, and he's like, "Oh, I have one for you."
Yeah. Like I said before, I really like the idea that there's other characters out looking and trying to help Mario. Like the Toad Brigade is looking for stars as well.
Yeah, it's not just Mario doing all the work.
Yeah. They don't end up contributing much, but like it's pretty nice. They do that in Mario 64 too, I guess, but it felt less significant there because it's just like you talk to Toad's like, "Hey, I have a power star for you." Great. You just have a power star.
Yeah.
And the final star of Good Egg Galaxy, we've got a red comet in orbit. And this is a speedy comet. These are probably the lamest comet. All they do is add a time limit to get through a normal mission. And the time limit is very, very generous.
So you just have to beat this level like you normally would.
Yeah, but you have a 5-minute time limit or something like that.
Didn't even make it a little different?
4 minutes. Nope, not different at all. There's different music.
Faster music.
Yep. Make you feel more intense. Yeah, you can like do little speedrunning tricks and stuff to jump over the Lumas and to do the transformation sequence and stuff. But it really, you don't need to. You can play the level normally, you'll probably have like a minute left anyways.
Even the harder ones?
The trick is, honestly, the harder challenge is that you can't die. You have to restart if you die. So that's the harder challenge of speedrun missions. But even then, there aren't really any very hard speedrun missions.
I could see it dying and restarting the whole level being pretty frustrating.
Levels in Mario Galaxy aren't that long, though. Like, they give you a 4-minute time limit, and that's like really, it doesn't get much longer than that.
Yeah, I guess if you can beat it in 4 minutes, then it's pretty short.
I mean, obviously the later ones are longer than this. It's the first level, but still. Mud. Like, look how long I've just been mucking around here trying to find that one last piece of the star thing. And that's usually a lot easier for normal people that aren't, you know, as bad as me to find. But yeah, if you really want to care about your speed here, use long jumps as much as possible. They're the fastest way for Mario to get around.
Low battery again.
Yep. And like you can try and get caught on that vine in order to carry you up automatically. You don't have to do the spinning section. There's lots of ways to speed up, but you don't need to use even a slight amount of it. And yeah, obviously this is the faster way to get to the goal too. If you take this secret route instead.
Solve one of these really hard puzzles.
Yep. This one has a spike thing on it.
I'm trying to remember, like, if I played those Mario Sunshine puzzles, you know those levels that you have to go in and you don't have FLUDD and stuff like that.
Yep.
Would they be hard now, or was it only hard because I was young?
It was hard because Mario controlled terribly in Sunshine, my honest opinion. Like, the thing is, it's really hard to judge platforming in a 3D environment. Like, that's why you have the spin attack in this game, and the punch in Mario 64, and FLUDD in Mario Sunshine, because they can't expect you to jump directly on an enemy. It's hard to predict. And so, yeah, like, those levels of Mario Sunshine were a huge difficulty spike because they're so awkward to control. Like, especially the ones with those rotating platforms. Do you remember those? Where you can just slide right off? It's awful.
Well, I just remember those levels being almost impossible. So that's why I was wondering, was it just because I was quite young?
They're easier. I think we played Sunshine when I was older. They do get easier when you're less young and stupid, but they're definitely a huge difficulty spike compared to the rest of the game.
Because when I was young, I could still beat the rest of the game. Those ones were
okay,
way
no,
harder.
that's a lie. You could never beat the rest of the game because you never beat Mario Sunshine.
Oh, I never beat it, but I got basically to the end. I only needed a couple more stars.
And speaking of star, we're just in time. We killed this thing again.
You killed it in like 20 seconds or 21 seconds or something.
It's almost like the first boss or something. And even then, like, that boss is a lot more interesting than the ones in Mario Sunshine. Besides, maybe that Gooper Blooper thing where you tear off its tentacles terrifyingly.
But Mario Sunshine had that one really awesome level where you like went through the hotel. That whole hotel place.
That was frustrating. Oh my god, I hated that one.
Other than the first level in it where you had to get rid of that, like, what do you call it? Stingray thing on the ground?
Well, that was just a tough boss. But inside the hotel, it's awful. Like, find the pineapple and then go through this maze.
Yeah, I loved those ones. They felt so cool for some reason. I don't know.
It's kind of a nice setting, but the actual levels were frustrating. Oh my god. It's been a very sunshine-centric episode.
Talked about it more than this game.
Well, to be fair, we've been to these levels before.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's the next type of comic, the Cosmic Mario Race. In these, you race Cosmic Mario. These are actually basically just like the speedrun sections, where you have a time limit, basically, because if Cosmic Mario reaches the star before you, then you die. There's just got a bit more of a thing here, where there's a physical thing showing why you would lose in the end. Now, when you're playing as Mario, these are pretty easy. Playing as Luigi, they are nightmarish. Because when you play as Luigi, he starts using speedrunning tricks. So he'll like do long jumps to make sure he goes fast and stuff like that. Some of them are just so unforgiving, it's crazy. But yeah, pretty easy as Mario.
Where is that Shadow Mario?
Pretty far away. Kind of interesting they brought back Shadow Mario, considering his first appearance was Mario Sunshine, but then it was Bowser Jr. Spoilers.
I don't think you're spoiling anything for anyone. Oh, it's right there.
Yep.
Yeah, these have all been short.
Yeah, the only really long ones are the ones you have to complete the entire level in a time limit, because it's an entire level.
Yeah, like we just blew through 4 stars in like 10 minutes, basically.
Well, I mean, if you're worried about these being too short, then I hope you enjoy the final star of this episode.
Why, is it very long? Is it like...
It's the rest of this episode.
Oh.
The Purple Coin Challenge of Honey Hive Galaxy.
I could see that being long.
Because see, with Good Egg Galaxy, it was pretty simple because it was just, you have to time it right to get through all the stars to go through rows of purple coins. This one, you explore the level and find the 100 purple coins hidden in the level.
Yeah, and it's way more open.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Now, I say that, it only takes longer in this one. In the later ones, you run into that problem where it's like, oh, I have 99 purple coins and then a huge level to explore. I wonder where it is. So yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Like that one just hiding behind the fence there?
Yeah, that'd be easy to miss, but I can see the sparkles.
See the sparkles. You got crow vision.
Sure, what?
Crows are like addicted to sparkling things, correct? That's
I guess. Is that like in the next Assassin's Creed instead of eagle vision?
Yep, crow vision. You see sparkly things like gold. Gold's not sparkly. Oh, I guess it could be.
Yeah, how is gold not sparkly?
If it's shined right, I guess.
But yeah, there's purple coins all over the place, and I took a pretty good route to get all the coins in this level, but there is a more streamlined route that I realized close to finishing the level, and I'll point it out when I get there. But yeah, basically, as long as you've played all the other levels and are pretty familiar with it, shouldn't be too much trouble with figuring out where all the coins would be, besides a few deviously hidden ones.
I think I said this when we played these levels the first time, but I would like to live in this honey hive.
Okay, you said about every game we've ever played. I think the only world you wouldn't want to live in is Deadlight.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to live there. Just because it's in the States. Actually, I don't mind Seattle.
Well, to be fair, this also takes place in Canada. Spoiler.
This does?
No.
Oh, Deadlight.
Mario Galaxy takes place in...
This is Canada?
Whoa!
Wow.
I didn't know it was just layered with honey. I thought it'd be maple syrup.
Actually, yeah, on the radio the other day, they had this thing where you could phone in and tell about stupid American tourist questions. And people were phoning in and saying, like, they had people come in and say, where do you buy the totem pole tree seeds?
What?
Like, thinking totem poles have their own seeds and you can just grow a totem pole. One guy I work with used to work at a gas station, and it was right off where you get the ferry to Vancouver Island. And, he said all these people would come and they think this is the only gas station on the island. They assume it's just like camping and stuff, and there's the one gas station, it's a small island, and you can just... So you'd have to fill up a lot, so they'd ask like, oh, should I get like a jerry can with some gas for in the back just to fill up, or they'd be like, we're going to Tofino. That's only like 20 minutes away, right? The other side of the island.
That reminds me when we were in the States for a vacation, and this guy's talking about Vancouver Island, and he wouldn't believe us when we were talking about like how it had millions of people. Like he must figure it was like some sort of like small little like island with like one little town on it or something like that.
No, Vancouver Island's like bigger than a lot of countries. Like it's not even an island. I wouldn't even consider it an island. Basically,
well, I don't know. It's as much of an island. Well, it's way more of an island than everywhere else that's considered an island, like Australia.
But it's like saying, oh, you go to Hawaii. Well, Hawaii
is an island.
I know, but I mean,
people call Australia an island, so I'm pretty sure we can call Vancouver Island an island.
But I'm saying, like, people think, oh yeah, nobody says to like Hawaii, oh, what, there's one city there and it's like a few hundred people.
Honestly, I kind of thought that before I went.
Really?
Yeah, I figured it was like, well, not like actually like that, but I thought it was like enforced like that. It's like a tourist thing. So like they made it so that there was only like small little towns or something.
No.
Because that would be like, give it like a rustic feel or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that part where I slid down there, the star actually appears right down there. So those are the good stars. Those are the good coins for you to get last, because then you go right next to the end anyways, so you don't have to backtrack. Poor Wiggler. Wigglers always get the worst in Mario games. They just get destroyed, and they're never aggressive.
They're just going around in that nice little circle, getting some exercise, minding his own business. And you have to destroy them. Yeah, like it's literally the equivalent of like if someone bumps into you and it hurts, you just kill them. Because they're just walking in a predictable circle, but you get in the way, it hurts you, so you're like, oh, just better kill them to get them out of the way. Hey, that's like in Assassin's Creed, those bar fights. You walk up, bump into someone, and then you just beat up him and his entire gang. I guess you don't kill them.
Well, they started it. I'm pretty sure you can use the hidden blade and kill them.
I don't think so.
So yeah, this section up here... depth perception. This section up here, I kind of don't like it because you have to come up here at least twice. It's kind of badly designed like that. There's no way to get every coin up here on your just going up once. Because you have to first go up there to where that purple coin is and then drop down to get more purple coins. And then where that purple coin up there is, that you have to drop down there.
So you have to come a bunch of times.
You have to come twice at least, but I also missed some coins off in the corner. Yeah, there's also some coins on the island over to the side. Not island, but like hill-ish kind of thing that I missed. So I had to come up 3 times to get it. Well, 4 actually, but we'll see why in a moment. Yeah, this is how you get past that honeycomb thing. Did the bees put this up? That's kind of a dick move.
They're so frustrated with you coming and just
killing all of everything that lives there.
All the wildlife, yeah, it's an ecological disaster for them.
Mario is the ecological disaster.
Yep.
I don't like this part because it's so hard to steer, and if you don't go down straight, then you'll start curving right off the bat and trying to line up with it. So if you do that, it goes straight through and you get them all at once, but if you don't go down straight, then it curves. It's annoying. Mario is surprisingly hard to steer, I've found, actually, in 64, or not 64, whatever this one's called, Galaxy. There we go. Like, he's got surprisingly stiff movement some of the times.
Does he?
Surprising.
Like, compared to the other Mario games?
No, definitely not. In Mario 64, and even to a degree, Sunshine, Mario's always actually been a pretty stiff mover, really. Like, his jumps always lock you in a lot. And it's usually designed around that. It's just kind of hard when you're trying to make a slight movement and you can't. Like, yeah, Mario's movements have a lot of weight to them, actually. Anyways, the last one's a message up here. Off in the corner.
Doofeny.
Something I really like about these purple coin missions, actually, is that they take you to areas in the level that you really wouldn't go for any other reason. Like, you wouldn't ever think to go up on those hills if you were playing the game normally.
Yeah, so that's kind of nice.
It makes full use of the level, at least.
Yeah. I like when games do that. They put like a hidden chest or some reason to go over there. Because I like exploring little places like that.
Well, just what I especially like about this is how it takes something that could just be like a background detail and actually makes use of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the final star for this area, and this dome is, for all intents and purposes, complete.
High score, 3 coins.
Yeah. I miss getting 100 coins in level, kinda. It was tedious, but I miss it. And now it's time for Chapter 2 of Rosalina's story.
Star bits.
Yeah, this is the part I was talking about, because you said something about eating star bits. And, well, this is where they explain star bits a bit better.
They explain why they taste so tasty.
Yep.
Taste so sweet.
'Cause, yeah, the girl didn't pack enough jam. She didn't know it takes a long adventure into space.
Yeah.
Brian can tell you all about that.
She figured, I'll pack a loaf and a thing of jam and I'll be set for life.
A bit of apricot flavored tea.
Apricot flavored tea, that's an interesting choice.
And then Miss Luma just laughs at her starving.
Yeah.
I can eat star bits.
What a cruel Luma.
Yeah, but then Luma offers to share them with her. And she couldn't stay mad at her. Luma's just eating some rocks, basically.
I want to try a, whatever you call a star bed.
Well, yeah, like you catch them in the butterfly net. Man, it should probably be a lot easier to catch the star bits to get like 1-ups and stuff if you had a butterfly net instead of just a Wiimote.
That's why you have
star bits
2.
taste like honey. I don't know about you, but like a little like crystal-shaped thing that tastes like honey sounds pretty delicious to me.
I know, it does. That's why I want to eat it.
Maybe we'll find out more about star bits in the next part. See you then.
Adios.